y'all? It's your girl Ayo Keish, and you already know what time it is. It's story time. Somebody asked for a part 2 of the last video I did. How the fuck did she know where I live? Now, if you haven't watched that video, shame on you. But I suggest you go watch that one before you watch this one. And I don't know whether to be excited or ashamed. You know me so well to the point where you knew the madness didn't stop there. But either way it go, it didn't. So here we go. Okay, it's safe to say that me and Mr. Floyd's main issues was cheating. There was just one particular heifer that was just always a thorn in my side. Backstory. So before me and Mr. Floyd got together, I'm just gonna assume that him and we're gonna call her Miss Kitty was talking, dating before I came along. Thought it was leading towards a relationship. Out of nowhere, me and him got a relationship, leaving her ass in the dust. You're entitled to feel some type of way, but your feelings of whatever you was feeling should have been towards him and not towards me. And with that being said, she took all her frustrations out on me. As if me and her were friends, we had a relationship. Me and her were nothing. I knew nothing of this girl until she became a problem. So like I told y'all, while I was planning my exit strategy, my main focus in order to gather all my evidence was to go through his phone. So I know y'all were probably a little confused on, well, why did I just automatically end things after I went through that phone instead of just collecting the evidence to plan my exit strategy? So I'm going to give y'all a little backstory. I'm going to bring y'all up to speed. After always being on Mr. Floyd's ass, on his suspicious behavior, whatever the case may be, he thought maybe it was a good idea that I got around a group of women to help distract me. I ain't hanging around a lot of females. So after a while of getting stressed out, always being in the house and just not knowing what was what in the beginning, I just went ahead and gave in and let him introduce me to his friends' girlfriends. I was like, okay, let me get around these group of women that can maybe help me navigate. Was not the best idea. It was 4 of us all together. And out of the group of women, 2 of them are still my motherfucking sisters to this day. Well, actually 3. But she wasn't in the couples group thing, but she still ended up being my dog. Out of this group dynamic, one of the other girls was dating the brother of the girl, Miss Kitty. I had to always, even if I didn't want to, be around this girl and have these funny ass suspicions about her and my nigga sleeping together, and there was nothing I could do about it. I couldn't just say, well, don't invite her, because that was that boy's sister. So, she was coming. But here's where it would get messy sometimes. Sometimes the girl who was dating the brother of Miss Kitty would host events, specifically for the couples. Miss Kitty would also be at those events too, as well as the host wouldn't even have the decency to let me know ahead of time, leaving me in an awkward situation, being messy. Further lead my suspicion that heifer had something to do with the shit too, but played a blind eye. She don't never see nothing. I can't see. She don't never see nothing. Yeah, she was in on that shit too. After confronting him several times and even confronting Miss Kitty once before, they both kept lying to my motherfucking face. So when I got a hold of that phone, my exit strategy went out the fucking window. Miss Kitty used to always say, as a woman, and I know my worth, you continuously played second to somebody you knew was in a relationship, all because you felt some type of way that I came in between whatever y'all were building beforehand. You couldn't have gotten anything taken from you that was yours. If it got taken from you, it was never yours to begin with. Second of all, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not the first woman he did you like this with. Allegedly, it may or may not have been a family member before me. So I'm just trying to figure out, how come other people are always allowed to get in the middle and take what belongs to you? But yet I'm the one, and the only one, seems to be catching all the smoke. He ain't even catching a little bit. Just me. And I'm an innocent bystander. For real, for real. At the end of the day, it was given very much, it's better to have a piece of man than no man at all. It gives very much, I'm going to be a place or a seat filler until one day. Anywho, the breakup was bad. and the aftermath was even worse. The only good thing that came out of it, like I said previously, is that I formed ass friendships out of the three ladies that I had met. Unfortunately, for a long period of time, one of them hoes kept slipping through the damn crack. One that couldn't uninvite her during a couple events, and here's how that tale goes. So ultimately, I ended up having to move back in with my mama, got back on my feet, and I did it all by myself. But in the meantime, in between time, I was still hanging out with the girls. But now I'm parlaying with them as Mr. Floyd and Miss Kitty as a couple. Don't sweat off my back because, girl, if you think you got you a winner chicken dinner, cool beans. But she still kept fucking with me. You got the nigga, but you still fucking with me. I don't understand. Did you think he knocked me down to my lowest? Is my presence that's bothering you at this point? And I bounce back? Some of these events that I would attend, Mr. Floyd would be there, but Miss Kitty, for whatever, would not be able to attend. She would always find out. She would always get on social media fucking with me. This is where Miss Instigator would come in at, because we would still, like I said, have like intimate things with us girls, movie night, crab balls, and things of that nature. Being that the Instigator was so close to Miss Kitty, she would be privy to all of the tea that Mr. Floyd and Miss Kitty would be going through, and she would come back and pour all that tea at these little get-together. Don't get me wrong, yes, the tea used to be hot, but this is where I started getting a little, you gotta watch them dogs that like to bring bones. They also like to take a bone back. The more tea she used to spill, the less tea I used to pour. If you coming back telling me all her business, you going back telling her all of my damn business. And how do I know this used to be facts? One day me and Miss Kitty got into it on social media. She started telling me things that I know for a fact didn't come from Mr. Floyd. And she was like spitting it out verbatim. Only other connection between me and her was Miss Instigator. Oh, okay. Before, never used to repeat anything Miss Instigator used to tell me about her. I went on ahead and told her every single thing that Miss Instigator told me. I made sure I told her in a way that I knew that she was gonna know who it came. I let her go on and on. And when she proclaimed herself to be done, I let her know that I knew about her just like she knew about me. Let her know listening ear is always a motherfucking running mouth. I dropped another little bomb. Remember how I used to tell you I used to go to these events and Mr. Floyd would be there and sometimes Miss Kitty wouldn't be there? Well, after some of them events, Mr. Floyd used to be trying to see me afterwards. And I dropped every text message of every time he tried to see me after them events because I knew she wasn't going to believe me. I blocked her ass. Sure did. I even showed her a text thread of him sending me an invite to a nice ass hotel. I may not have accepted some of those invites. That was neither here nor there. I wanted to let her know your pussy was not above getting cheated on by the same nigga that cheated on me with you. What, you thought you was gonna get anything different, mama? What was so special about that special invitation to that nice hotel is not only was she pregnant, but she was also in jail. Furthermore, proving ain't shit. Why you beefing so hard with me? I ain't problem. Never was. So after all of that, and because I had nothing else to prove, I just went on ahead and removed myself from that group. I removed the Instigator out my life. But it was also stuff that happened before that always, had me suspicious of her friendship or whatever. But that was just the nail in the coffin. You supposed to be my friend. And not only are you running that girl tea, but you going back running her tea, causing the conflict between me and her. So I went on ahead and cut her out my life too. Because like I said, while she thought she had her a winner chicken dinner, she really only had my leftovers. Period, point blank. She really thought because she was pregnant and was with him, she really thought that he was going to treat her anything better than proving that your pussy was not above getting cheated on by the same nigga who cheated on me with you.